So starting with multiplication of complex number, if we have one complex number, Z1 is A1 plus iota B1. Another complex number is Z2, that is A2 plus iota B2. And if question comes, you should multiply these two complex numbers. That means I need Z1 into Z2. When I need Z1 into Z2, then it will be A1 plus iota B1 into A2 plus iota B2 B1. Multiplication will be same as you have done in the real number. First we will get it A1 A2 plus A1 B2 iota plus B1 A2 iota, and last is B1 B2 iota square. B1 B2 iota square is only -1, so I got it, it is A1 A2 minus of B1 B2. And here we have iota common, it will be A1 B2 plus B1 A2. So this is the product of two complex numbers. So the same procedure, whatever you have done in real numbers, same way you multiply them. Then real part will be together and imaginary part will be together, and wherever iota is square, we will put it -1, so it will become real. It is real already. Iota will take common and then it will be imaginary part. One question write down on it first. 2 plus 3 iota multiply with 5 minus iota. This is my question. I want the multiplication of these two complex numbers. 2 plus 3 iota into 5 minus iota. We have to multiply these two. Then in this case, what we do first, 2 5s are 10 minus of 2 iota, then plus of 15 of iota, and then come out to be minus 3 iota square. Then this will come out to be plus 3, 10 here, so what it will come? 13 or plus 39. This will be the answer. Now coming on one more question, please do it. 5 minus 4 iota into 2 plus 3 iota. Find out please. 5 minus 4 iota into 2 plus 3 iota, we should find out. This product we are asking. Yes? Yes, what is the answer here? It will be 5 2s are 10 plus of 15 iota minus of 8 iota and then minus 12 iota square. Then it is minus 12, so it will become plus 12 now, so it will come out to be 22 plus 15 minus 8, it will be 7 iota. So 22 plus 7 iota is the answer. Now we are coming on properties of multiplication. In that first property says commutative property hold here. Commutative property, when I take, it will be Z1 into Z2 you take or Z2 into Z1 you take, the result come out to be same. Commutative property Commutative property, we are having Z1 into Z2 and Z2 into Z1. So that means the product, either you take these two together or this you change here, this you change here, the result come out to be same. So Z1 into Z2 or Z2 into Z1, the complex number product is giving same. That shows that commutative property hold here. You can try it, I'm not doing that. Second one is associative property. That is also going to hold. Associative property says if you multiply Z1 and Z2 first and then multiply with Z3, or you take Z1 into Z2 into Z3, the result come out to be same. Means Z1 and Z2 you multiply first and whatever result comes in that you multiply Z3, or you take Z2, Z3 first and then you multiply Z1, the result come out to be same. This will be called as associative property. This is also going to hold. Third one is existence of identity. Existence of identity, that is multiplicative identity. Existence of multiplicative identity. If you have a plus iota b, my question is what I should multiply that the result remains same as a plus iota b. What number I should multiply here? What complex number I should multiply here?
Sir, 1 plus 0 iota b.
Yes, it will be 1 plus 0 iota we will multiply. If you do that, then it come out to be 1 plus 0 iota is a plus iota b, then it will be coming as 1 plus 0 iota into a plus iota b. In both the cases, your result remain a plus iota b. That means this will be called as multiplicative inverse. So 1, if you multiply with a complex number, that complex number remain unchanged. That means 1 plus 0 iota will be called as multiplicative identity.
Inverse, so 1 by.
Yes. Now coming on existence of multiplicative inverse. Inverse. Multiplicative inverse. If you want multiplicative inverse to be calculated, my question is if a plus iota b, that is one complex number, what I should multiply that I get the identity. Identity is 1 plus 0 iota. So in what case we have the multiplicative identity? What should be multiplicative identity here? If you want 1, that means it should be 1 by a plus iota b. So that means if you have a complex number z as a plus iota b, then what will be its multiplicative identity? Multiplicative identity will be 1 plus 0 iota. But when we say multiplicative inverse, that will be denoted by z inverse. And that is nothing but 1 by z. Or I should say it will be 1 by a plus iota b. So whenever you have a complex number and if they ask multiplicative inverse, we should have 1 by a plus iota b or it will be 1 by z. That you should keep in mind. So we have done what is additive inverse, what is additive identity, what is multiplicative inverse, what is multiplicative identity. Additive, if you remember, what was the identity? 0 plus 0 iota. And what was multiplicative inverse? That was minus of z. That was minus a minus iota b. This was for addition. And that's why it is called additive identity. This is additive inverse. Then we have multiplicative inverse. When you take multiplication, identity will be 1 plus 0 iota. And multiplicative inverse will be z inverse, or we'll say 1 by a plus iota b. That you should keep in mind. So this can be a 1-mark question. They can ask what is multiplicative identity, what is multiplicative inverse, what is additive identity, and what is additive inverse. So that way you can calculate this. After that, now one more information we should know, that is conjugate of a complex number. This is a new concept we are developing which will help you in solving questions. So we are just taking conjugate of a complex number. Conjugate of a complex number. If we have a complex number z is equal to a plus iota b, this is a complex number we are taking, then its conjugate will be denoted by z bar. Z bar is nothing but conjugate of z. That is denoted by z bar. And this will be equal to a minus iota b. That means whenever complex number is a plus iota b, conjugate of complex number will be a minus iota b. That means only the sign of imaginary part you should change. If a plus iota b is there, then its conjugate will be a minus iota b. Whatever real part, you are not going to touch that. Only the imaginary part sign has to change. For example, if I have a complex number 2 minus 3 iota, if I say what is z bar here, I should say
2 plus 3 iota.
Plus 3 iota.
By the way, if z is given minus 2 minus 5 iota, then z bar comes out to be what? Minus 2
plus
Minus
5
2
iota.
plus 5 iota.
Plus 5 iota.
So that way you can get the complex conjugate. There is no problem in it. Now coming on properties of conjugate. Properties of conjugate. First property of conjugate says that if you have a complex number, you take conjugate of it and then you take further conjugate. Means when you take conjugate twice, what you will get, just check here. Z is
Original z.
iota b. When you go for z bar, it will come a minus iota b. And when you take bar whole bar, that means one more time conjugate, so it will come out to be a plus iota b. So is the complex number back we got? So we should say z bar whole bar will be simply z. That you should keep in mind. This is the property number 1 we have. Second property, write down please. If you have any complex number, this is property number 1 I told you. Now we are taking property number 2. If complex number added with its conjugate, in complex number, if you add its conjugate, what it will come out to be? It will be a iota b, and then this will be a minus iota b. Then clearly iota b gone. Left result is twice of a. That means I should say z plus z bar is twice of a. A will be what? Real part. Real part of complex number is a, so it will be twice real part of complex number. This is property number 2. So z plus z bar, if in a complex number you add its conjugate, the result come out to be twice the real part of complex. Third property please. In that, if you take z minus of z bar, complex number minus its conjugate, then this come out to be a plus iota c minus a minus iota b. Result come out to be 2b iota. So what I should write here? Guess what answer should be? Twice
Twice of imaginary
Imaginary
part
part.
of Z.
Z. Is it right or something wrong we are doing? Iota. B is only the imaginary part. Don't say B iota is the imaginary part. I already told you. So we should write twice imaginary part of Z iota. This can be an objective question. Z minus Z bar is twice imaginary part of Z, twice imaginary part of iota, twice real part of iota. That you should know. So anyway, you should remember this is twice B
Sir?
twice imaginary part of Z into iota. That you should keep in mind.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, but imaginary part should be only iota because B can be a real number as well.
No. Iota is not a real. I told in the beginning only. When you have a
No,
complex
sir.
number, Z is A plus iota B. I told you this is first real part. A was real part of Z and B I told you imaginary part of Z. Only B. If you take this total, that is called imaginary number. But B will be the imaginary part. Imaginary part means that real number which is coming with iota. So B will be a real number definitely, but as it is coming with iota, it will be called imaginary part. So that we should clear. Next property, please. Next property says that if we have Z equal to Z bar, what you should say about your complex number. If Z is coming equal to Z bar, what you should say about your complex number. Just check here.
Sir, it's equal to 0.
A plus iota B. Here it will come A minus iota B. A get cancelled out. I got it 2B iota coming 0. Neither 2 can be 0 nor iota can be 0. We should have only B is coming 0. B is coming 0 means imaginary part of Z is coming 0. That means what you should say about complex number will become A plus 0 iota. That means Z is equal to A plus 0 iota means what it should be, Z is purely real. Simply Z is purely real. That you should keep it. So if you have Z is equal to Z bar, then clearly B is coming 0. B is coming 0 means imaginary part of the complex number is 0, or I should say the complex number will be A plus 0 iota, or we should say it's a purely real number. Then you will find Z is equal to Z bar. Next property, please. If Z plus Z bar is 0, if Z plus Z bar is 0, then what you should say about your Z?
The real part of Z is 0.
We will write this as A plus iota B, then A minus iota B is coming 0. That indicates twice of A is 0, or I should say A is coming 0.
Purely imaginary.
Real part of complex number is 0. That means what you should say about your complex number will
Purely
be
imaginary.
0 plus iota B. It means it is purely imaginary. So the complex number come out to be purely imaginary if you have Z plus Z bar is 0. Next property, please. Next property says that if you have a complex number Z1, in that you add another complex number, take bar on total. Z1 is one complex number, Z2 is another complex number, and bar is taken on total. So Z1 plus Z2 whole bar if I have, this can be written as Z1 bar plus Z2 bar. Means if you add two complex numbers first and then take conjugate, or you take conjugate first and add it, you will find out the same result. This you can prove easily. Z1 is A plus iota B. Z2 is A2 plus iota B2. First you add them. Then we find out what is Z1 plus Z2. What it will come? A1 plus A2 plus iota B1 plus B2. Then I go for Z1 plus Z2 whole bar. When you have a whole bar, what I should say? A1 plus A2 minus iota B1 plus B2. Right? This you can write as A1 minus iota B1. First I'll take A1 minus iota B1 and another is A2 minus iota B2. Is it your Z1 bar? Second will be Z2 bar. So we have Z1 plus Z2 whole bar will be Z1 bar plus Z2 bar. That you should remember. Now we have next property. The same property will multiply, just apply on difference, multiplication and division. Z1 minus Z2 whole bar, if I'll say, it will be Z1 bar minus Z2 bar. Same way, if I multiply the two and take the bar, it will be Z1 bar into Z2 bar. So bar can separate in addition, multiplication, division and difference. If it is bar on total, I can write this as Z1 bar by Z2 bar. And here you should keep in mind Z2 should not be 0. Only in this case. Z2 should not be 0. Why Z2 should not be 0? Because if it is 0, then it will become infinity. So one property is this, second is this, third is this, fourth is this.